Coming at you live.
Coming at you live. You know what's funny?
So.
You know what's funny, guys? Before I logged in.
Sorry.
Oh, I haven't told you yet. But that's it. That's all I wanted. Was that fake pity laugh? Thanks very much. My name. I changed my name on here to the D&D name that I'm using with what I'm doing on Sundays. So that would have looked quite foolish.
Isn't that like Mr. Flashman or something, or Flash?
Lord Flashheart.
How did your D&D session go?
Absolutely loved it, and I'm massively looking forward to the next one. It was a lot of fun. So we got 5 more in a row. So it's a 6. I'm joining for the last 6 weeks of this campaign that it appears like the guys have been doing since like March or something this year. So I'm jumping in for the fun bit at the end. Yeah, absolutely loved it, and I'm looking forward to doing it.
Heavy.
It's good.
Vic. Oh. Hello. She's not in the room next door. She went and saw a brother today. So
coming to your ends tomorrow evening, Vic. I'm going to Seven Bone.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Talk dirty to me.
Eat dirty.
Yeah, Seven Bone's good. Pete, how you doing? Kieran, how's it going? Kevin, how's it going? Big Yarrow, how's it going? Batch Toys, how's it going?
Pete,
Carlos,
welcome. We're waiting for you for Saturday.
Oh,
Glenn, how's it going? Welcome, guys. Welcome back to another Toy Division. Another week of our lives gone.
I was just talking to Hannah about this. We was watching the news of the COP26 stuff, and I'm like, you do realize we're living through the beginning of the end of the world? And she's like, yeah. I don't think we'll survive to see the end of the world, but this is definitely the beginning of the end of the world, which makes things like this all the more pointless. But we persevere, keep doing it. It's all good.
What?
Wow.
Are people here to just forget and have fun, or are we here to talk about apparently the
I've got toys. I've got toys, guys. I've got new toys to talk about. We're good.
I hope we do, because I ain't got anything to show.
I've got some bits.
Tats and Toys, how you doing?
Hey,
are you Sandowning on Saturday? I assume you are.
Rob is not Sandowning on
Saturday. I don't think he is,
no. No. He shall be missed. Tats and Toys will be very much missed on Saturday. Yeah.
I think it's
Forever Retro, how's it going?
Ryan. I think is Ken, or is Ken not?
Ken probably will. Tom, I don't know. I think Tom is, and I think
I think Tom's just popping up to.
Because I think Monkey and Vic. I say Monkey, Johnny and Vic are coming down to do some filming and some chatting. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I suspect it might just be us 3, Ryan and Robbo, who are selling from our
dream team,
little circle.
Dream team.
Yeah.
Yes, they finally announced me because I finally paid. Yeah.
Amazing.
So I paid up. I'll be out Reading.
How was I don't know what. I'll ask you later on.
Yeah. Last minute. Cool. All right, guys. Taff's in the chat. Hello, Taff. How you doing? Right. We have a guest. We have someone joining us today because we're boring, so we need other people to come on to.
Well, it's also someone who we have legitimately meant to have on maybe a year ago, and I think we spoke about it, and then the date didn't work out, and then we're rubbish, and so this isn't.
We waited long enough for said person to have a newborn, and thought, let's get them on now.
Yeah,
when they've had a newborn.
Yeah, this has been an entire child in the making. So an entire human being.
So basically, because he wasn't invited on, he had more free time to do other things.
Yeah. So we got to invite him on more because yeah. But
Good. So without further ado, welcome Christian, aka Smugglers Canyon, aka Seamold, aka
what's going on with his camera?
Yeah, where's he gone?
There he is. 3. Hello, buddy. How you going?
Yo. How are we all?
All good.
All very well, good. We're all very well.
So as
I've got to be honest.
Yeah, go on.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, I'd also been invited on to the Armageddon edition by the sounds of it. So
that's it.
Yeah. Uplifting.
This is officially called the last podcast on Earth, or that might also exist.
It probably does, yeah. But yeah, you waited until I was sleep deprived and zombie-like before bringing me on. So thanks for that, guys. Appreciate it.
We want the real reactions, which you only get when someone's been through some form of like water torture.
This is it. Yeah, there's going to be points during this stream that I just start drooling and sort of zoning out.
So do I. Don't worry.
Yeah, I was going to say, just meeting Andy's standards of entertainment. It's not a problem. It's all good.
Yeah. So, you'll fit right in with us.
Yeah. Well, you've fit in since day one. You've been a friend and a supporter, and have an incredibly impressive collection. I've got to say, it's something that we much enjoy. If you don't follow Smugglers on Instagram, get on it. Although I do appreciate that your YouTube videos and social media comings and goings are going to be slightly interrupted with baby life. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, as far as YouTube's concerned, I've needed to switch it up anyway because, like, when lockdown was sort of in full swing, I just had so much more time to do things, and I've got so much respect for all you guys that manage to churn out videos frequently, because I can't manage it. And the problem is, like, the rules for YouTube is try and keep your videos to about 10 minutes. Try and keep your content relevant if they're new products that are coming out. I miss all those markers.
Aaron, Andy, you listening? You hearing this?
I'm listening. I've not done anything for ages because the same thing. During lockdown, what else was I meant to do?
Christian, you've used the wrong word there. I heard you said respect for these guys. You mean pity that they have the willing to do this.
Mr. Aaron, he manages to churn out videos all the time, but
yeah, but I only churn them out because like we do all the shows. Like all my videos are just toy hunting videos. Like to be fair though, I did do like sometimes I did film like on my day off, like when I got back from Hungary. I filmed like 4 videos in a row just to have some content waiting there, just to
I'm just
like
dedicated.
toy review stuff. But like Christian was saying, like you missed the mark. Like no one's gonna want to see my review of a toy that came out last year.
I'm waiting for that one video that we did on my channel the other week with Andy and Rye to just go viral. That's my plan. Just waiting for that to hit the big numbers.
I didn't even know that was happening. Like I didn't even know it was on your channel. I literally I watched it today.
Friend and supporter of the show. Didn't even know that was happening.
That's the level of my advertising and marketing ability, is that someone who is very au fait with what we do had no idea we were doing it.
Now, to be fair, that was the day after my baby was born, so I had other things going on. But I totally missed it.
I'm hearing a lot of excuses, mate. And to be fair, right? Imagine this reaction times 100 million, viral, done.
But that's what happened. No one knew what was going on. That's what it was.
I know. That's what it was.
But when I watched the video back, I noticed that you said don't subscribe, and don't bother putting anything in the comments because I'm not going to respond. And I think you've stayed true to your word.
reverse psychology, mate. Everyone's going to go, oh, that guy's a moron. I'm going to like and subscribe just to irritate him. Did you enjoy the cold, dead look in Rye's eyes as someone who also has a young child?
I was gonna bring this up a second, but
there he is.
The sleep deprived dad chat content that I so deeply.
This is it.
So Rise is funny because we're on a group chat of him, and we just get like daily updates from him. And good luck, Christian, mate. Good luck.
Aaron wants to be endorsed by like NECA. Andy wants to be endorsed by like, I don't know, Amtoy, whatever, or I don't know, Stella or something. Ryan, he's going for Durex. All the way for Durex. Right, Ryan, that's
wow.
I'll go with Pampers, to be honest, mate.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
The rate that they go through them, it's unbelievable, honestly. Like I'm not going to spend the entire hour talking about it, but honest to God, it's lit. Well, it's not literally inhuman. It's quite the opposite, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. It'll be worth it, mate. It'll all be worth it.
Alex, how you doing? Hope you're well. Total Toys. Buzzing to Sandown this weekend. Yes, we are.
I'm looking forward to seeing Total Toys' stall. Actually, we were just mentioning about who would be there. I forgot last week. He said he's got a stall there.
Look
Nice.
look, guys, look what I've dug out that I'm finally going to sell.
Oh my God, where's he gone?
This is quite a big deal for me because I love this toy, and it's not inexpensive.
Like dog
I mean-
soldiers.
Dog soldiers,
Was
mate.
that
And I've
dog
got the-
soldiers?
Yeah, and I've got the alternate head and the severed arm as well. The whole thing. Someone's trying to sell on eBay a loose one for 300 quid right now. Come on,
Well, 280 and you've done something on a deal.
295. I feel. Check eBay if you don't believe me. But yeah, so I've got a few new things that I'm bringing to. I say new old. To bring into Sandown.
Sandown. Colin, how you doing, mate?
Hey,
Hope all
buddy.
is
I think it's
well.
quite an underrated film.
It's a very good bad film. Yeah. Hey, Colin, great to chat to you this morning, Colin, mate. And I'm glad you are on the mend.
Yes. Okay. Whatever's up, Colin. Hope you are well.
Yeah, I'll speak to you guys later.
Moving into a new place in December. Can't wait to set up my spare room as a toy room. Yeah, that's what we want to see, Alex. Be able to get all my toys out of storage and be able to display them. Can't wait. That's going to be the best day of your life.
I find it overwhelming. I want to burn it all when I have to do that. When I rearrange stuff, it's like, it's all junk. But it is quite fun. It's quite fun.
John, how you doing? Big Hit Collectibles. Hope you're well. Sue, even guys, gutted women. This is supposed to be the Sandown hype show, and all we're seeing in people in the comments is like, yeah, not stalling.
This is the last big BP Toy Fair before Christmas, guys.
No, haven't they got another? Isn't Buxton or something?
Last big,
I don't know.
important,
Right. Okay.
last BP fair that I care about. Therefore, it's the only thing that matters. There's other toy fairs. There's Chatham's and Enfields and Readings and all sorts. But this is Sandown, guys. But maybe I'll get to sell me a Dog Soldiers toy because no one else is selling any toys.
Evening, lads.
Hey,
Remy,
buddy.
how you doing? How's it going? Hope you're well. Welcome to the Madhouse, Christian.
Hi, Kieran.
Christian is an originale of the Madhouse.
He helped build the Madhouse.
Yeah. He put the bodies under the Madhouse.
Dave Wild Toys, how you doing? Nice logo and nice.
Yeah, nice new intro he's got.
Yeah.
Very nice. I look forward to your new content.
How did London go last? Yes, we'll come on to that a bit later, dude. Brad, how you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Yes, this is very true. Sandown this weekend, Birmingham MCM Comic Con this weekend, Liverpool Comic Con this weekend, all happening this
Oh,
weekend.
it says Birmingham or Liverpool, but still, yeah, it seems like everything's happening this weekend.
Yeah, it's mad. I think everyone is. I think it's because like the start of the year, when it was still that lockdown, everyone just booked up for the end of the year.
Yeah,
So it's all,
It's a good job that us three and Rye have essentially decided that we don't care if we sell anything. We're just going for a hang. So I think, am I right in saying the Viking might be there, Andy?
no, he's got to work.
That's a shame.
Yeah, he was hoping, but he got told he cannot.
Vintage Toy Rush. How you
Right,
doing? Congratulations on the hitting the, was it 800 subscribers? I hope that's right. I'm sure I saw it was 800.
There's
So
a man that
congratulations, dude.
does YouTube right, guys. Pay attention.
Very, very professional.
Also, a man with a robo skull.
Yeah, he is.
Well,
To be fair, Dave's collection is pretty awesome. He's got some really good bits
Yeah.
of everything. Every time he does a video with something new, I'm like, I haven't seen that in the background before. Like, where was that hiding?
His room is pretty much like a museum.
I often think about getting rid of various things, but I must be honest, I haven't ever thought about ditching the Robo Skull. It is a really, really
No,
solid
you can't.
toy. Yeah,
That's a great toy.
Yeah,
It's only going to become more and more desirable as well. So I know you said previously that you actually moved one on and you regretted it, and then you picked another one up. So if you were to move that one on, it would be even more difficult for you to get it back when you realised you regret it.
Imagine he'd never start up about it.
my original one that I sold wasn't complete. It was missing two. It was pretty complete, but missing the bits and pieces. I think I sold it for like 80 or 90 quid. Then I regretted it a year or so later, and I bought this one. I'm pretty sure I paid maybe 160, which in hindsight is an absolute steal because they're going for more like 350, round about there now. So
There's a dude at he's always at the toy fairs. And, you know, at Sandown, he was opposite us, like down the stairs, but opposite.
Yep.
He had the robust. How much? Do you,
350.
How much was he was asking? 350.
It might have been a bit more because he had the box of it as well. But again, it might have been
Oh,
missing
yeah,
an
that-
eye gun. I can't remember. He's a good guy. He's who I bought the Super
Yeah,
7
Ren and
Ren and
Stimpy.
Stimpies off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good guy.
No, he's a good guy. I've spoken to him lots of times.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
nice, cool.
Come to
cool.
Sandown. He might be there, or he might be at Birmingham or Manchester or something.
His Centurion was too expensive. He's a nice guy, but his Centurion was far too expensive.
Did you ask him how much he would sell it for?
Yeah, I think he had something like 300 quid on it or something.
No. But did you ask him how much he would sell it for?
No.
There you go. You
Prices
don't
put me
know.
off. I'd rather people didn't price stuff, so then you had to ask.
It's difficult, though, isn't it? Because if you put a price on it, you know there's always wiggle room. But if you put your lowest possible price, then someone's going to come and beat you up on it.
No.
Appreciate that, Peaky Arrow. Kind of sounds a bit threatening, ominous.
Expect that. Expect it.
I remember last time he dressed up as the Green Arrow, so I'm just kind of expecting some guy in a Green Arrow suit just jump out of an arrow, but surprise!
It's a thank you note.
But no, all seriousness, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you, dude. Haven't seen you in ages, man. So we'll have a good catch up. 295. He already said it.
Thousands. We'll chat, mate. It isn't the cheapest toy. I've got to be honest. It's very, very cool though.
And he'll sign it as well to bring the value down even more.
I would sign it, but I won't sign my name. I'll just write the word sausages on it. And if you know dog soldiers, you'll think that's very funny. Sausages.
So
Talk about that. How you doing?
Hey guys, two can play at that. We hopefully we'll see you guys at Sandown. Surely we will.
I think the next comment covers that. But Alex has put down here, local toy fair to him is Coventry, and that is December 19th. Another Barry Potter one. Go check it out, dude. It is very car and dinky and train. But there are a few toy sellers there, and I found a few cool little deals.
Went to Stafford, didn't you? Was it Stafford you went to?
Stafford, yeah.
Wasn't Coventry you found the alien figure that you wanted?
Yeah, that's where I got the Vasquez NECA alien
Vasquez.
for like a tenner, I think it was, or 15 quid, which was crazy. And also, it's where a couple of years ago I found the guy selling like the Jurassic Park, like the Jungle Raider and the Wrangler Jeep and everything for like a really good deal. So there is stuff hidden in there. So definitely go check it out. Yes, seems like we just went to Sandown. Can't believe it's this weekend. Not complaining. We'll be there.
Yeah, boys. Be good to see you.
Definitely. Cool. So, players, Ben, how you
Hey,
doing?
buddy.
Right. Ben's going to be because he's the tallest guy in the chat. He's going to be my marker of where I've left comments.
We might need you, Ben, for something design related. We'll speak about that obviously separately, but we might need you for something.
Cool. Guys, toys.
Toys.
Christian, as you are our distinguished guest, have you had anything turn up that you would like to show off on the chat?
Baby.
Yeah.
Anything added to the collection?
Here he is.
It's been on pre-order.
Yeah,
been on pre-order
I mean,
for 9 months.
Fresh out of the box.
I've got a thing to say about pre-orders as well, which I'm sure you'll all agree with. But yeah, I've got a couple of bits. Basically that's the end of the conversation. So in the video that I posted last week, I showed that I've finally completed my Stranger Things 3.75 line. And they are awesome. Like I'm really frustrated because these were really cheap in B&M, I think it was, and they were just getting passed by. Like no one was picking them up, and nor was I. And then after a while, I saw someone collecting them, and I just thought that they looked great. Like they're just you could picture a Kenner logo in the bottom corner. Do you know what I mean? Like they're that sort of style. I just think they're very cool.
Are they Funko ones?
Yes, yeah, they are. Yeah, but
they're
it's
decent,
strange because it says Kellogg's on the back. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh yeah.
How weird.
Yeah.
How weird's that? Like obviously Netflix, because Stranger Things is a Netflix show, but yeah, it is Funko.
Yeah. Weird the Kellogg's.
Try and figure out the camera. But yeah, Kellogg's. I don't know what that has to do with anything, to be honest with you. Oh, hang on, Eggos. Eggos a Kellogg's brand.
That's kind of now really
So that'll be it.
It sounded like some weird mystery.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe Kellogg's have just started producing action figures, but no, apparently not.
They're going to stick with Spooky Dokies.
I got Antok Merrick, which is
nice.
a vintage collection pilot, which looks fantastic. It really,
That's
really
cool.
does. My gripe with this is that it came packed in with the X-Wing. Now, the X-Wing is stunning, don't get me wrong. I just think that I'm a carded vintage collection collector, and I collect the Rogue One line. I'm not a vehicle collector, but I was kind of, I'm not forced, am I? For God's sake, like I make a decision to buy these things.
We are all forced to do these things.
But like it sort of frustrated me that I allowed myself to buy something that I wouldn't ordinarily do just to get the figure. But at the same time, Hasbro are a business. They're about making money. They know that people will do this, and I'm the mug that does.
Christian, Aaron spent 75 quid on a speeder he already had to get a tiny Grogu back. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
And seriously,
like
guys,
80 quid.
Seriously, all it's done since it's been here is sit on that shelf there,
Reminding you, laughing.
reminding me that yes,
Yeah, it's frustrating. I mean, this is another one. It's a bit of a weird one, really, isn't it? Like I'm sort of depressingly showing you what I've picked up rather than positively. But these guys, they're the carbonized vintage collection figures. They're really difficult because they're shiny, so you can sort of struggle to see them. But yeah, they're carbonized. Now, I've already got these figures, but they've released them shiny, so I've picked them up again. And honestly, like, is this a help video? Do you know what I mean? Like, can you guys help me?
No,
We can't help ourselves, so probably not, mate.
we'll set up a meeting where we can all just get together and just talk about how Hasbro
talk it through. Like,
you haven't seen what I've bought this week, mate. I'm not going to help you.
Okay, cool. And then I've been picking these up, the retro Marvel figures. I really, really like these. Fortunately, I've been picking them up as they've come out. My pre-order frustration is in relation to this one, because this wave that's got Storm in it and Silver Surfer and a couple of others, basically an online retailer that we all know, I won't name them, they put up that these were going to be in stock the following week, so pre-order them in. These have been selling out on the online stores quite a lot. They have actually been turning up in like Tesco and Asda and all this sort of stuff. But yeah, they said that this was coming in the following week, so I bought the whole wave. That was 2 months ago, and they've emailed me twice, and they to be fair to them, they've said to me that it was Hasbro's distribution center had sent the wrong allocation or something, and they're now having to import them themselves from America or something to fulfill the order. And the whole time I'm sort of like, they've come in and out of stock from other retailers, but I've already pre-ordered them with them. And I'm like, if they didn't do this pre-ordering thing, this wouldn't be a thing. This wouldn't be a problem.
Christian, I'm still waiting for a Reanimator figure from Comics and Cocktails that I ordered maybe 8 months ago, guys. That I found while out with these two, someone was selling at a car boot sale for half the price of what I've already paid for as a pre-order, which I still haven't received from Comics and Cocktails.
That was just
it's infuriating. And the thing is, I don't personally see this changing. I mean, Hasbro have sort of said that they're going to try and streamline the pre-ordering process and improve it. And I think they've tried that with that X-Wing that I was talking about. So they wouldn't allow you to pre-order it in the States. You actually had to either physically buy it from a store or you had to buy it from stock. The problem, of course, is a lot of the guys over in the States are saying that it's sold out online and they can't find it. So there's that old issue. But yeah, moving on to more positive things. I've completed my half court.
Love that.
Thanks to Thanks to Derby Collector, bless him. Yeah, I basically bought the figure stripped of all its accessories just because I thought it was, one of the coolest figures I'd ever seen. It's so sort of out there. I mean, all of TMNT is, to be fair, let's be honest. But yeah, slowly picked up all of the accessories, which is definitely the more expensive way of doing things. But luckily, Derby Collector is awesome with his pricing. So yeah, buzzing to have that. I've been picking up some Action Force. So I got into GI. I don't know if you can see it. So I got into GI. You probably can't see it. Just behind me there. I've been getting into GI Joe, and ooh,
see if that helps anyone at
just
home.
here.
Yeah, I can see it.
So
Yeah,
I think is that the snow cat maybe?
Yeah, are they blue? Are they blue Cobra Troopers you got there?
Yeah. So these 4 at the front, they're Cobra Troopers. 3 of them are Cobra Troopers. 1 of them's an officer.
Yeah.
And then up here we've got Cobra Commander Deathstroke, another version of Cobra Commander with like all the weird sort of armor, and then there's the Serpentor, is it, on top of the little the little jet ski thing that looks like a snake. And then like there's a couple of like the little Viper. Well, there's a Viper, there's a Snake Eyes, and then is that a Snow Serpent? The white one with the black face. Snow Serpent comes with the snowshoes.
With the snowshoes and the blue bum bag.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's and it comes with a wolf as well. I think. Is that so? Yeah, that little ski, that little ski thing. I know I know Timber comes with Snake Eyes, but I'm pretty sure that ski thing, like I'm forever chasing a Zartan knee pad, a left knee pad. It appears. If you ever come across a Zartan knee pad, do let me know. It appears it's the one thing that no one has in the world. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'll
You say so, Andy? Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
So why don't you just try and buy a complete Zoltan?
Because they're always missing the knee pad. And
always the same one.
It's always the left one. Yeah, it's crazy. It's weird. Yeah.
Cheers, Ben. But what I was segueing onto was because I've been getting into GI Joe, which I have no link to. Like normally, all the toys behind me, like I have some sort of nostalgic link or memory of them. Whereas GI Joe, I never had as a kid. But what I did have as a kid was Action Force. So because I've been picking up some GI Joe, I've been getting a couple of the Action Force. But because space is a premium, I've decided to just stick with SAS. So just SAS, but also Red Shadows. So I've been picking up Red Shadows as and when I can. I've got a couple of the Troopers, just the one accessory. And a while back, I picked up the Escape Armor, which is very cool. Looks like a little dread. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yes. You can't see it, but yeah, I've got one right. Yeah, basically like that. Although I don't know if yours is the same, Dan. Mine's got Cobra stickers on it. And that's obviously not technically right for Action Force because they should be Red Shadows.
Yeah, mine's a Red Shadows one. But again, whether they reissued it or people just somebody just stuck some other stickers on it, it's yeah.
Well, yeah. Apparently, when they transitioned, I don't know how true this is, but I read that when they transitioned across from Action Force to GI Joe, they sent kids out, basically Cobra stickers, so that they could change their Red Shadow stuff into Cobra, which I think is a really cool sort of thing.
The thing that annoys me the most about Action Force, including the Red Shadows, and I collect Red Shadows, like your SAS guy, is without guns. I do so hate it when toys are posed like that because without a weapon, they just look like they're ballroom dancing.
We said ballroom dancing.
That would be funny. And then finally, sorry, I'm rabbiting on. Finally, I've picked up.
Yeah, go for it.
The retro collection. So I got the first wave, and then recently I picked up a couple more of them to take them off card. This is a bit of a weird one as well. This is probably another aspect of me crying out for help. But I used to be exclusively loose collecting. Like all the stuff behind me, you can see it's all loose. Like I love loose collecting, and it's not very popular. But in this one, I've got like modern 5 POA Star Wars figures, like from Rogue One and Solo and all the rest of it, because I really love that simplicity. Like, I think it's cool. And the way that I see it is that that's kind of the line that was released back in the 70s and 80s. Like, they were cheap, they were accessible to kids. So like, it felt like a continuation. So then when they stopped doing the 5 POA, I jumped over to TVC because I wanted to keep collecting Star Wars stuff, and I love the card backs for TVC. But because the card backs are so nice, I keep them on card. I don't want to spark another argument between you two about packaging and if it's part of the toy. But then they release these 5 POA figures, and I'm like, I'll keep these on card because the card back's nice. And it's like I've gone full circle, and now I'm buying doubles so that I can open them. And I'm just like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? Like, what am I doing?
Pop them
What
open.
are any of us doing, Christian?
Yeah.
What are any of us doing?
Yeah.
The
Sorry,
whole time
guys.
you-
I'm sort of bring it down.
No, you carry on. I was just thinking there for a second, like going back to your SAS and your Red Shadows. I am like really looking forward to the next video you bring out when you have the next when it's going to be now the vehicles for these guys. I can't have any SAS without having some of these guys, so I've now got these guys because it all starts with, you know, I'm only collecting one line, and then next thing you know.
Well, this is it. I mean, originally I exclusively collected Star Wars, which is pretty much that whole detail fair. And then it was actually Andy posted a picture. I think you'd scored a load of TMNT, and this is going back maybe 2 or 3 years. And I saw some of the figures in that, and I was like, do you know what? I had some turtles when I was a kid, and I loved them. They were awesome, and look how colourful and vibrant they are. And it's like now I've got that whole detail, which is just turtles, and it's like, you know, it just evolves.
Some of your turtles are big hitters as well. That's not.
Well, I mean, hardcore is not exactly a cheap figure.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I did clear some of them out because I don't know if you guys definitely must get to this point whereby you sort of think, oh, I really want that. And then after you've had it for a period of time, you think to yourself, it's cool, but it's not ticking all the boxes. So you sort of move it on. And like, I think that's what I quite like about toy collecting is that you can move things on. And if you regret it, you can get it back one way or another. Like, none of this stuff is rare in the sense of rarity, you know, as much as eBay will tell you it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also like your collection's kind of a journey, isn't it? Without getting too sort of deep, it is very much a reflection of how you feel at the time. Like, you'll drift into, I really want to focus on this, and then I'll sort of move away from that and I'll look at this, and you get excited about that. And I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
No, I totally
love it.
Totally understand
I
where
love
you're
it.
coming from.
Totally agree. I think you're spot on there with like how you're feeling at the time, what's going on, everything. It all. You may not show it on the outside, but it like manifests some way, and like collecting's like probably a very massive visual manifestation.
Do you guys not find it goes the other way as well, though, in the sense that you might be super into something and then you'll look at it one day and go, I'm over it. Not even in a negative way, just in I've owned it, I've enjoyed it, and I don't want to look at it again.
Well, this has been I've said to you how many times about my Star Wars stuff. I really enjoy it, but I've seen it a lot. Like, I've had it for a good number of years, and I'm like, the prices are good. So like, why don't I sell it and then invest that money into another collection?
Because we've said to you, the day that you can hand on heart turn around and say you wouldn't want to rebuy it in the future, sell it. But you can't say that, so there's no point in getting rid of it.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, and you recently got into carded stuff, didn't you?
Yeah, but that was kind of short-lived. I moved on a couple of the carded stuff that I bought because I just bought it out of sporadicness and was like, I'm doing this now. And I was like, I've got to pay rent now.
Christian, you should have seen him. He was just like, "Oh, I got this. It's awesome. I don't know why I got it. I can't afford this. I'm going to sell this." And how much do you make on that, Andy? Pretty much exactly what you paid for it.
I sold it for what I paid for it, but like, I've kept the Ewoks and I've kept the Red Royal Guard, but some of the bits I just couldn't. I was like, man, I don't know what I was thinking. I can't afford to do. I collect too much stuff to then now
Expensive game to play.
Exactly. Like, oh, I'm going to collect. Even though I was getting like beta cards and was picking them up cheap, it added up very quickly.
I tell you what, man. Christian just triggered me a little bit, touched a bit of a nerve there in what he was saying. That I saw on a group that I'm on, a wrestling group, a while back. AEW made. There's only two figures that AEW have made that I wanted, and I really did want them, and that is Pentagon Jr. and Ray Phoenix, the Lucha Brothers. Yeah. And they were quite hard to find. One of them was certainly hard to find, and I think I ended up paying something like 50 or 60 quid for the pair, and I was like, it's all right, 25. Yeah, you can get them in B&M for $10 each now.
Yeah,
kills me.
Well, it's like I said the other day, like. Some of these, like the Power Ranger bad guys that I pre-ordered a couple of years ago, are reduced now because there was this whole area, this whole time of if you didn't pre-order your figures, you're never going to get them, and now they're half price, and it's just like.
What's funny is it's almost the opposite now, mate, because you know that Green Ranger, that 3-0 Green Ranger you ordered. Yeah. It's like by pre-ordering it, you're now never going to get it because people have those in hand in this country. You could buy one for 120 quid. Right now off a shop on eBay because they have them. The one that you pre-ordered, like you're supposed to ahead of time, still ain't got it.
I don't know where it's. I spoke to them at MCM and they said it will be next week, and it's now 2 weeks. In 2 weeks since the MCM. Yeah. This weekend will be 2 weeks, and I still haven't seen them even post that they've received them. And I don't want to be like they're not getting my money until I know they've got the.
Well, what? Yeah, don't end up in a flipping premium DNA situation.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm just saying, man. You just a bunch of money, and then...
It's true. But Christian, he said earlier about the pre-orders, and I feel like I'm with him. I just know what he's going to say, and I feel like I stand with him on it because without even saying it,
stand with smugglers.
Yeah. Talking about smugglers, Dave put in the chat. I was trying to keep it locked in so I didn't lose it.
Where did the name come from?
Yeah, come from.
Well, it's a bit of a weird one, really, because I wanted to come up with a name that was kind of Star Wars themed, and I wanted like. I'm a huge fan of Indiana Jones, as most of you guys know. And if you look at the little logo, I came up with the logo before I came up with the name. It's basically a canyon, and it's the opening title to The Last Crusade. I can't remember where in America they shoot it, but you know the sort of mountainscape. I can't remember what it's called. Down the desert, and yeah, basically it's that shape, and it looks like a canyon. And I was like, okay, so something canyon, and smuggler. Obviously, you got Han Solo, Indiana Jones, Smuggler's Canyon.
In Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade,
that's sort of simple.
Has the hottest Nazi chick ever committed to filming it? Prove me wrong.
Yeah. No. I mean, fair. A bit weird that she sleeps with both father and son, though.
Or does it?
There's questionable morals, and that's before you get into a political stance.
Oh, is that where the questionable morals is?
Yeah. Sure. She's a Nazi obsessed with everlasting life, but I mean, she's got loose morals. That's all I'm saying.
Father and son.
Yeah. Although you do know in reality, Sean Connery was like 7 years older than Harrison Ford when they made that or something. Very ridiculous. Cool.
I need to go rewatch this film. I can't remember that.
Last Crusade. After the guy chooses poorly and turns into flipping Doc from Back to the Future.
Yeah. I always thought that like the Smuggler's Canyon was kind of like a more of a reference to you like smuggling your toys into your house.
Hidden inside his canyon.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds a bit weird.
Yeah.
Canyon of Deltops behind you, but yeah, it's just the way
You explained the name in one of your YouTube videos, and I remember thinking, I was like, "That's really clever." I was
Too
you
clever,
put,
mate.
like,
Just
a
go,
lot of
Mr.
thought
Damn
into it.
Plastic. Slay me
Right,
fantastic.
right.
Touch me on me back, me say me, Mr. Raw.
Yeah,
was,
when you explained it, I was like, "Man, I like it."
Too
Thanks.
smart, mate. Too smart for us.
Right.
And Andy likes toys and models. That's his name. And Aaron likes random numbers.
But someone
I-
messaged me saying I should change mine to Andy's Toys and Baywatch because all they keep seeing is me post Baywatch stuff. I'm like, I'm not obsessed with Baywatch.
It's not.
I'm
It's
like,
not you
it was a
posting
joke
it.
that escalated very quickly.
It's you being tagged in it because people don't know it's just a joke and you don't really care about Baywatch.
mine came about because I like the name Empire Toys.
Yep.
Empire being Star Wars Empire Toys, and then I went to make it into an Instagram, and someone had the name, but they had like 6 followers. It was like a dead account, so I couldn't have the name Empire Toys on Instagram. So I just my personal Instagram had 113 on the end, so I just did that, and it's now
It works.
it's there. It's there.
Well, it doesn't matter if it works or not, mate. You're stuck with it. It is what it is at this point.
It is. It is. Aaron, be sure to look at my store. I've got loads of Mighty Morphin. Cool, man. I'll definitely I'll need to find where you are in the. But yeah,
Well,
I'll definitely come in.
I think we're doing a £20 challenge, so we'll definitely all 3 of us will be round at some point, giving it the old speed.
Oh, are we?
run.
Yeah, okay, but well, don't Total Toys. Don't show me anything that you got because I'll be disqualified if you.
No.
Show
It's
me
not a
anything.
pre-done deal, mate. No. As long as you don't do a deal beforehand, you're good. You're golden.
Okay. Show me all the stuff that you've got.
All right. It's all right, mate. It's Power Rangers. We know that your Power Ranger loving fan base will make you win anyway. Man bought a Power Rangers pencil case and won. It was outrageous.
No, I didn't.
No, he bought a pillow. What was it like?
The Yu-Gi-Oh pillow was.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh.
sick. It was cool. And I
Where's
love
it
the
now?
fact that
In
it
the
still
what?
lives. That pillow still lives rent free in both of your heads.
Not mine. I forgot. I thought it was a stationary set. I forgot about the pillow.
No, I got absolutely ripped. I got ripped for the stationery set.
We can all agree that the worst £20 challenge ever submitted is Steve Irwin, which everyone seemed to love for some
Excuse
reason.
me, he's chilling right there with King Shark.
I know. I know he is.
That is. I mean, come on. Oh,
So, Christian, was your pre-order company Zavi?
No, it wasn't Savvy.
It was
Game of
an actual toy shop.
It's a game of Guess Who.
Yeah.
We'll have all the different companies and be like,
That's the toy
do
shop
they
where
ship-
classes.
do they ship in boxes?
Yeah. What colour is their bubble wrap? Oh.
Do they bubble wrap?
Yeah. You want to do a couple more comments? I'll show you what I got this week. It's not
Yeah,
next,
definitely. Paul, how you doing?
Paul.
Just get out of...
Paul, are you selling it?
Right.
yeah, you
Paul.
around on Sunday. No, it's not Sunday. What day are we doing it? Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah, don't turn up Sunday, Andy. I will not be coming to Sandown on Sunday at 6:30 to give you your pass.
I'll be there Saturday. Am I off
Fresh
Saturday?
Ghetto, how you doing? Watching the stream while smashing out a bit of WrestleMania challenges on W2K14. Nice.
Have you seen the joke meme that's going around that says the back stable for WWE 2K22, and it's Roman Reigns standing on his own in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's empty house when all the furniture gone. It's like that's who you can pick from: Roman Reigns versus Roman Reigns.
Bless him.
Cool. All right. I'll leave it there because Dan, show off some
Okay.
some toys off because I think a lot of them are now questions for old Christian.
Yeah, want to get to that. So
yeah.
First off, I have got. Let's put my laptop up. From Ben, Bugsy Ben, thank you so much. You're an absolute hero. He has sent me another sick ball.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
The freaky fullback with the brains.
Ooh.
So thank you so much for that, buddy. And like the absolute hero that he is and friend, he basically sold it to me for what he paid for it. And what he paid for it really wasn't very much. So it's massively appreciated, man. Thank you so much.
So what your
That's-
underline saying
Wasn't-
was giving it to you.
Sorry,
What?
what? He wasn't friendly enough just to give it to me. Is that what you're saying? No, it was all good, and I very much appreciate it. As you know, I collect them, so that's cool. As well, in the same package, because there was some musical chairs from. Thank you from Colin, who's was in the chat. If he's still in the chat, thank you, Colin. So at least 3 of us now have had this in our possession at some point.
Oh yeah.
It went from somebody to Andy, Andy to Colin. Colin upgraded and then sold it back to me, but I let it go to Ben first because there were more than one in the box, and Sam got one for his birthday. I don't know, something like that. So, Bazooka
Sam
Action.
know he's got that for his birthday.
Sorry.
Does Sam know he's got that for his birthday?
No, there was 2. That's what I'm saying. Like Colin sent 3 to Ben, so
Right.
it's very confusing. Anyway, this is now with me. Thank you guys. Thank you, Colin, and thank you, Ben. So that's good. Also, finally got the 8th and last Rock Lords Gnarly that I've been after for some time.
That is
Nice.
cool. That was quite a transaction you had.
It took a hot minute. It was from the space bridge, and I appreciate it. And some health issues meant that it got delayed, so I'm hoping everything's fine on their end. But thank you for sending that. It's a really nice condition. Yeah, it's just really nice. You know, I like these. So that's all 8 gnarlies. There is a snarly gnarly, which is a bigger one, but I don't think I'll ever own that because I don't know, wouldn't know where to get one from. But that's all 8 gnarlies, so that's really cool.
Sweet.
That's going on my shelf. Turn up today. A guy called Richard Turner, who makes excellent customs, has made me an earthquake with his more
nice.
traditional
Yeah.
quake
That's cool.
get up. So that's pretty cool. So he'll be going on the shelf of stuff.
Plain.
Just stuff. All the stuff. Oh, what, the gnarly? Yeah, it is a bit like that. This is the gnarly baboon, so it has a baboon's face. Like the absolute hero he is, because we were talking about Robo Skulls the other day. A friend of Toy Division, Tom. So TJ Figure Customs 118, more numbers. TJ Figure Customs 118 on Instagram. He makes cool customs like 118 scale customs, so 3.75 customs. He's the guy that we found a Matrix APU, but it was in bits, so I sent it to him, and he's made it into something awesome. But yeah, he made me very kindly, and that's right out of the blue because we were talking about it. He made me a little custom GI Joe style sort of pit crew, ground crew for me for the Robo Skull.
That's
pretty
cool.
cool.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah,
Quality.
really got it. So that was really nice of him. Thank you very much, Thomas. It's much appreciated. So yeah, TJ Figure Customs 118, get on it and support. And then lastly for this one, I have got something else, but I'm not going to show it yet because it's not complete. Hopefully I'll get the other bit for it next week. So this is what I was going to say to you, Christian, about we're not the people to ask. Well, certainly I'm not. I have about 2,000 of these that I need to get rid of. Literally 2,000 of like duplicates, doubles, whatever. Yeah, I'm compelled to buy more for no real reason. But here is a lot of Garbage Pail Kids that I now own. These ones
So
are
you got
all
to sort them out as well.
no, they're all sorted. These ones are all modern, and there's no duplicates in there. And there's a nice little batch of really nice American Series 2 1987 ones. These ones are 2020s. But yeah, so it's about 170 or something more Garbage Pail Kids for me to, I don't know, look at, do something with.
I was going to say, what do you do with them? Because obviously you were having a pop at Andy for his sticker collection, and I've gone down a similar route
Yes.
Was I? What,
I've gone down a similar.
What sticker collection was I having a pop at him for?
The WrestleMania one.
Oh, dude, that's current stickers. That's what children do. These are vintage, mate.
What year were those cards from? What year did you just say?
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Look, it's Hellraiser. Ain't for no kids. Look, in Ed. Brilliant.
So if you do something, it's okay.
No. If I do something and I spend what I spent on these, which was very reasonable, that's fine. When you're out spending 300 quid, my point is I do look at these. I have a folder and I put them in a folder and I look through them. Andy, how many times have you re-looked at your wrestling sticker album? Right, moving on then. There we go. I think I've made my point.
Damn it.
But no, Christian, you are right. I'm incredibly hypocritical, but it's just funny, isn't it? It's just funny to be an arse.
Well, it's just I did exactly the same. I collected the TMNT movie cards, you know, and then I collected the TMNT animated cards, and I've got them all. I've got the full set, and they're stunning, and I don't bother looking at them.
Yeah. I came real close to buying a
garbage pail things we bought, or we bought boxes of.
Yeah, pointless.
Yeah, I actually don't even know where they are.
Waste of money. But the vintage ones and the reissues of they're like updated ones I'm into. But I almost, as Aaron will attest to, at Kempton the other week, there's a gent that sells packs of cards. Had some lovely X-Men cards. Took me right.
He'll
back
be
to
at Sandown. I'm sure he's at Sandown as well.
But he's a good guy. But he had, and when I say mint, I mean I've never seen it like. Do you remember the WWF blue cards?
Yeah.
The classic wrestling cards. He had a complete set, and they were the freshest I've ever seen. Completely blue, no whiting, but 60 quid. And I was like, oh yeah. I said to Hannah, oh no, and she was like, we can do them. I'm like, well, look at them, and she's like, how many times? I'm like, yeah, no, you probably won't. But I get it. But like you said about the Turtles cards, Christian, like the wrestling cards, the Turtles cards, the Batman cards. That's my childhood, late 80s, early 90s. The trading cards. But Garbage Pail Kids is something I never won't love. I absolutely love it.
Fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you can put them in frames and stuff, and they look really cool and really nice. It's just they can also look a little bit dated. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. They can look a bit.
Yep.
Yeah. So
no offense to anyone that's done that. Don't want to upset anyone that's.
Yeah, I know, right?
We're going to get letters.
Dislikes just appear on my.
We've already got dislikes before we even started.
No, that dislike disappeared. I don't know.
Oh,
Don't know
really?
what happens.
Oh, really?
Someone bottled the dislike. Yeah, we had a dislike straight away.
Always.
It's quite funny.
It was probably me. Not me that disliked it. Was me being on.
I think
you saw Christian saw who was on it. It was like,
that's these guys.
I haven't got this guy on.
what's it? We haven't had a dislike on the live stream for ages, and then when we came out with the Toys R Us, like we straight away got two. So like,
we were banging about Toys R Us last week, and I said that it's not Toys R Us that was good; it was youth that was good. People keep talking about these toy shops, like,
here we go.
Right, if that came back, it'd be so good. No, it would be.
Right, I'm just saving myself from the dislikes because my poor YouTube channel can't accept it.
Is he finished? Has he still got more?
Right, we'll deal with an upset down on Saturday. It's all right.
To show or to say?
No, I mean to show. Yeah. He's always got more to say. Jesus.
No, I'm done. If you guys gonna censor me, I'm just gonna. You know what I'm doing right now? Looking at my cards.
Question.
Question.
What is your weekly or monthly allowance for toy buying, if any? I put aside a certain amount each after bills for rent and food. Exactly. Do you do the same? Christian, as our guest, do you set yourself a budget?
Christian's just went down somewhat.
Yeah, I was going to say it's completely plateaued off now. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, I do exactly the same as Alex has just said there. Like, I make sure that obviously all bills and mortgage and all the rest of it is all paid. And then I also put a little bit into savings and then a little bit left over to sort of play with. But yeah, I try not to go over that amount. And it's difficult, but you need to be careful and you need to be sensible, basically.
I'm quite the opposite. I spend with reckless abandon. I don't think about tomorrow and just whatever. If I see it, yeah. It's what you get for being a giant manager.
You go for big ticket items as well, don't you, Dan?
Not so much anymore, man. I'm not like I don't really sweat. The cost of it to me now is less important than the size of it. I can't keep buying big things. So after years of kind of not ripping Andy at all because I love it, but being like, oh, and Andy spent like 100 quid on like a tiny minifigure, 200 quid a minifigure. Now I'm like, yeah, that's probably where I'm going to go because I I've bought too many big things basically, so they've got to go. The big things, not Cloverfield. Before you give me grief, guys.
I don't know. I don't budget. It depends how much I work. Some months I can spend more than others.
It depends.
I
I had a
like-
bigger.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
No. I was just gonna say same thing. Like as long as I get rent and everything else paid first, then
Yeah, I think I was exactly the same. Get all the main stuff paid for, but because I've sort of booked a holiday next year for America, I don't really have any toy money is going into having toy money for going out into the States. So yeah, I'm not really, and obviously like I always forget, and like, this is what always hit me up, and always like I buy. We always were going to car boot, toy fairs, everything, and we're doing all that, and I'll be like, oh, 20 quid, 40 quid, a couple of figures at the toy fair, that's fine. Come home and about 2 days later, I'll be like, oh, your 200 quid of pre-orders is now coming in. Oh yeah, I forgot about them. Oh no.
that's why you should pay up front for the pre-orders. Then it's like
No, I never do.
You're treating you're treating future yourself.
The thing I haven't told you guys about that I've got, when you guys know, someone on one of the Facebook groups, and this is something that I do want and I have wanted, but someone was selling one of 4 things for like a good price, like 55 quid. And I'm like, oh yeah. So I said, oh, if you still got it, I'll take it. And he came back and went, yeah, I've actually got this other one as well. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll take both of them. So then I immediately jumped online and found the other 2. So what went from not looking to spend any money, I was like, oh, I've just done 210 quid on 4 figures that like, I want them. And one of them's turned up, and they are quite cool. But like, I don't know, man. I mean, they're pretty cool. I'll show him next week. They are.
I'm
cool,
intrigued now. Is it a Fantastic Four set?
It's not Fantastic Four.
Oh, damn it.
No, sadly.
That's coming back onto sort of this. I've
That's
scaled
exactly
back
what.
recently just because my walls became a visual. That's actually a good way of describing it. I like that, a visual noise.
It's true. It's overwhelming. That's what I was saying to you guys. But I like it. Streamline everything down to essentials. That's the tricky bit. Well,
Yeah.
obviously you got to keep, and obviously. Then you're like, oh well, what do I get rid of? But I was exactly the same. It's like looking at a flipping Jackson Pollock. You can't enjoy any of it because it's just a flap. It's like someone's vomited colour onto the wall.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I do exactly the same as well. I frequently talk to the Derby collector about the fact that my TMNT collection, it was supposed to just be like small and a nice little collection. And before I knew it, I filled an entire Detolf. And every now and then I'll say to him, right, I'm going to thin down the TMNT, and I'll come up here and I'll look at my Detolf and I'll be like, right, that can't go anywhere. That can't go anywhere. I do like that. And yeah, that's it. And then a few weeks later, I'll go, right, I'm thinning it down.
Like you always be quite with my TMNT, because I'm not a massive Turtles collector. I'm like, well, I'm not getting rid of Needle Nose and
Killer Bee.
Killer Bee. Thank you, Andy. And I think that the big Android Krang is like the best figure. So that's that. Yeah. And I've got a few other random figures. But so first things first, I'm like, well, I'm going to sell the Turtles. So I've sold them, and it's almost like you do it en masse. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, you don't sell Bebop, right? You sell Bebop and Rocksteady, and you might as well sell Little Krang and his Walker because you've got the big one. So it's like you've got I try and shift things like en masse. You know what I mean? And if you have 100 figures of one line, keep 2 of them that represent the line to you, sort of thing. But it's hard.
I mean, it is, and it's like Bebop and Rocksteady, for example. Just that one there, that whole shelf is just Bebop and Rocksteady, like variants of them. So like there's robotic version, there's like the Rocky and the Ninja and all that sort of stuff. Like I've got lots of different versions of them, and they all look really cool. But like I also had the original release with the soft heads and the hard heads. But visually, side by side, they looked exactly the same. So that was an easy one to get rid of. But
I remember when you did your Turtles video that I was like, oh my God, there's a version of Bebop and Rocksteady that I really liked. And I think you've just mentioned it. I think it was the Boxer. Is there a Boxer one? It's like I'd never seen them.
Yeah. Hang on 2 seconds.
And I went looking for them.
This is where it all falls down.
Oh no, okay, please don't make it fall
Bang.
down. Yeah, no,
I imagine just like,
That was the end of Christian.
you know what, that would have been a great joke, isn't it? If he had, like,
Yeah.
if he had a green screen, like a
Of one falling,
joke,
yeah.
and it all
Yeah.
coming down, and I was like, no, what's going on?
Or a car driving through the wall.
Yeah, so you got this one, which is the better of the two, in my
Yes.
opinion.
That's cool.
These,
So
I went looking for them, and I was like, okay, yeah, I can't get them yet.
So basically, it's a shame because it's a pain to get them out. But in the cupboard below, that it comes with a gun that you plug into the back, and it's called I think it's called the Knock It Sock'em Rock'em Sock'em set or something.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, and you pull the trigger, and then is sort of fists go like that, and then obviously they've got these plates on the front, and that pops the head up.
Right.
So you've got Bebop and you've got Rocksteady, and he's a ninja, obviously, and then he's clearly modelled on Rocky, isn't he?
Okay, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I've never seen those before. They're awesome.
They're so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
The detail on them is just stunning. Like I've got a bit of an obsession with Bebop and Rocksteady anyway. I just think that they're very, very cool characters. But like his medallion with the foot on it, and
are they Playmates, Christian?
yeah. What year are they?
Well, they are serious.
When I saw
92
video, I was like, what?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, 1992 Mirage Studios Playmates. I've only ever seen them once, and I saw them on eBay, and I basically chucked the guy a message to try and get both of them for a deal. And yeah, they're quite cool because they come with like these accessories. He comes with a punch bag, and he comes with like a brick wall that breaks apart. Like, so when he kicks it, he kicks as opposed to punching.
Oh,
but yeah, they're awesome. Yeah, I absolutely love them.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
They are very cool. Oh, nice.
I'm glad I got to see them again.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah. I mean, the TMNT line's huge, isn't it? It's vast.
Yeah.
Like, if you actually tried to collect it all, I mean,
I've not tried to collect it all, but I've dipped in and out of Turtles forever, and I've never managed to collect the whole thing because there's just too much. Like,
yeah, there is, and there's very stuff. Like my rule from the get-go was never to buy variations of the Turtles themselves. So I've got like the original gang, and then after a while, I decided that I'd allow myself to collect the movie Turtles. But then after collecting them, I was like, I'm going to move them on. So I moved them on, and then I've got the dinosaurs. You know, the cave turtles. You can't see them. Yeah. They're at the bottom there. So the four dinos, the four turtles, and they look awesome. And I prefer them to the original four. Like, the original four look really boring to me now.
Turtles is just never ending.
There's a constant battle, isn't it, across like most of the lines, that the original stuff is where your heart is. But I tell you what, some of the companies really are knocking it out of the park with like making technically better figures. But I stand by that. I think Playmates just. I agree, the Turtles themselves, they're maybe better molds, but Playmates as a company just absolutely smashed it with regards to capturing that comic booky, of everything, of the Earthworm Jim, the Toxic Crusade, whatever Playmates made in that era, to me is just quintessential toy, and I love it.
They are cool, definitely.
But I think Master Universe later series, like the classics, I think are much, much better than the original Master Universe. Like, I think they're better. Even the NECA ones, like Mantenna and stuff, it's just a cool figure. They're just better.
Yeah, all these like modern, I would say, adult, aimed at like adult toys. Do you know what I mean? Like
you mean kids haven't got 60 quid to go and spend on one figure, Aaron?
Yeah, exactly.
They should work harder. Get on them chimneys.
Stop spending it on video games.
That's it.
We should have Nike factories here.
Yeah, get them making some shoes.
But I sort of, on that sort of thing, I'm definitely a lot more easier going with like getting rid of stuff now to make room for other stuff. I used to be very just like buy. Like, they've released they've come out with the Mandalorian version of Ahsoka now.
Mm.
And so I'm just going to get rid of my older, like Clone Wars Rebels Ahsoka, and use the money I get from that to now buy the Mandalorian one. Because
Mate, sack all that off and get the Hot Toys Ahsoka.
do you know what? The only thing that stopped, well, not price wise, because I think they do look amazing, but the only thing that it's the ultimate thing that would annoy me. Pre-order it now for winter 22.
Nah, just buy it when it comes out. I would.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like so.
Yeah. Dude, it's why I'm not. We've had this conversation. It's why I'm like about the Rancor and stuff. I just can't. I don't want to commit future me to having to deal with something that big. Just can't be bothered with it.
I have this with the Razor Crest because I did back the Razor Crest and I'm really excited about it. Don't get me wrong, but like
it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome, but it's also massive.
Yeah, exactly. Like so, I got this X-wing, and I built it, and I'm looking at it, and it's like this is stunning. Look at the size of it. Like, where am I going to put this? And then I looked at the dimensions of the Razor Crest, and I was like, I'm going to have to put this in the garage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're getting rid of the car. Why?
Yeah.
Razor Crest. Those
The kid will love it. It's not allowed to touch it, but the kid will love it. It's not allowed to touch it. Just look. It's fine.
Well, that's Christian. I got a question for you. Is there any lines that you are specifically going to keep hold of for your young child when they sort of get to toy playing age, or are you not going to introduce them to anything like that?
Yeah, no, definitely. I want to. So like, for example, I mean, this is difficult because obviously we're talking a long way into the future because I don't think like kids are allowed to play with toys until they hit the age whereby they're not going to start swallowing this stuff.
Your 1-month-old baby will be playing with toys before I get my my premium DNA Mad Balls. You can rely on that.
But like, you know, things like monsters in my pocket and stuff. Like, I want him to have pockets of this stuff that he can sit in the garden and play around with. You know, the way that I did.
Did you send me a list of monster in the pockets that you're looking for?
I did, mate. Yeah, but I know you're a busy man, so I didn't want to chase you.
Self-owned from Andy. Just to bring this up, because I know you didn't, because you're on the but did I just ignore something you asked me to do? Oh, sweet. As long as
I totally forgot. Okay. Yeah.
It's all right, mate. It's all right, mate. Don't worry. I've got a lot going on at the moment.
On Saturday, well, you know, but you want those monsters in the pockets. You were waiting to bring that up.
Yeah, Andy, these monsters in my pocket.
Oh no! Okay.
No.
We thought Christian was losing sleep because of the baby, but he's just been up all night being like.
What I love was the little throwaway comment there of Christian going, "I've been busy. I've just had a newborn baby. What's your excuse, Andy?"
Yeah. We've all been busy, Christian. We've all been busy. I had to look through my garbage pail kids. It's not all about, you know what I mean.
I'm falling really behind with messages of people. I'm so sorry.
You're a superstar celebrity now, Andy. Like, you get so many DMs from people.
Oh no, I didn't even mean it like that. No, but wow.
But by PMs, he means he's been tagged in 1,000 Pamela Anderson pictures he never asked for on Instagram.
But yeah, just to answer your question, Dan. Also, Star Wars. Like, I really want him to love Star Wars. And I mean, to be fair, that's also a nice sort of swing back onto the Razor Crest. Like, I don't really know how I feel about HasLabs. I kind of am in the camp of, if you don't want it, don't back it.
Yep. Done.
Like, that's kind of it. But I really wanted to back the Crest because The Mandalorian is the first media that that my missus actually really enjoyed. Like, she sat down, she was excited about as me to watch it, and for the pair of us to sit and enjoy that, it was awesome. And so for that to come up, and I'd already started sort of collecting the vintage collection Mandalorian, it kind of just all worked. Like it all just sat quite nicely. And it's the only one at the moment that I plan to ever sort of back.
It's going to be
totally
be
understand
incredible.
everybody's gripes with it.
It's going to be an incredible
piece.
But there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, it's just I think it's a hot topic, especially at the moment with so many HasLabs going on. And the thing is, when I listen to people sort of not necessarily complain about it, but critiquing it, I do understand where people come from it, coming from on it as a subject. I do think it's a little bit questionable as to whether or not a company of that size should be doing it. But at the same time, if I'm honest, I would rather them do it than not do it.
It does make you think, though, like the model that they go for the HasLab back in the day with the Millennium Falcon that every kid had and played with. Would that have been a HasLab in that kind of same model? The 8080?
Probably not, because you were setting a precedent for toys, right? Because I was just about to say, bizarrely,
the toys now aren't in shops.
But what I'm saying is that you think of the HasLab and you think of that X-Wing, the HasLab Razor Crest. Why couldn't that have just come out normally?
No one would have got it anyway. They wouldn't have made enough.
Because they wanted to understand what the demand was going to be. It's the taking of it's the prepaying bit. I think is weird, but I 100% agree with you, Christian, that I only complain about it because I think it's funny to moan about it. The reality is, if it doesn't interest me, I simply wouldn't. I'd just be like, oh well, that's cool. That's something for someone else. Like I don't really sleep over this sort of stuff.
But I do also think, like you touched on it earlier, Aaron, is the fact that you pre-order an item at full retail price, and I've done this historically with loads of stuff. Generally with Star Wars, I will always pre-order it just so that I know that I'm getting it. But as we see frequently, this stuff tends to go to clearance, and it gets clearance down to silly money. And it is sometimes a little bit gut wrenching when you see somebody post up, I got this for a £5, and it's like, I paid 30 quid for that, only 6 months ago.
Yeah.
It is gut wrenching. But if they were to release whatever it was some horrendous price, like 350 quid or something, if they were to release that, a lot of people would wait for it to be clearance before they bought it, which on a big ticket item like that, I would imagine wouldn't make financial sense from Hasbro's point of view.
Yeah,
but then they released the Galaxy's Edge Millennium Falcon as a standalone release figure.
That was a re-release though, wasn't it?
It was a re-release of the Legacy Falcon, wasn't it? With just the
yes,
like the updated edition.
Yeah,
they
and
that
I
normally.
think, like my knowledge on. Sorry, go ahead, Dan.
I was going to say, would you guys think it would be better if there was a limited amount that could be ordered, like you're buying into it because you are going to be one of X amount of people that owns it?
I think the only problem with that is we all know that a lot of people, or a lot of scalpers, should you say, would buy them to flip them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I want to buy 20 and make money. It's what I'm saying. Am I not allowed to do that? I want to buy all of them and then charge several £100s on eBay.
Isn't that what
you guys
Zavi
aren't on board
did?
with my plan? We should just be scalpers. It's the best.
Isn't that what Zavi does? It actually block buys a load and then resells them after.
Yeah,
I'm sure they did that. With
I didn't know that.
I'm sure they did that with one of the.
I thought they were like partners.
No, I think they have an allocated set order to them. But to be fair to people like Zavi, they really don't put that much of an outrageous markup on it when they sell them in the first place. So they probably get a discount. They probably get a discounted rate because they buy so many.
But yeah, interesting.
Aaron, can I cut in real quick, just in case he's not watching, and say congratulations to Jimmy Crane, long time viewer, who's just had a new arrival. Congratulations, my friend. I hope it's all
congratulations, Jimmy.
Congratulations.
I hope you're as disgusted as I am with the recent releases from WWE. But again, you've probably got more interesting things to think about. But
I was thinking that the last few weeks when we've had wrestling chat, his name hasn't popped up. So now it makes sense.
Yeah. I hope everything's going well, Jimmy. If you're still in the chat, and congratulations, another newborn, baby boom, the lockdown baby boom.
Yeah.
Let's catch up. Let's go have a look at some comments
Yeah.
before we go off slagging off more pre-orders.
Man, I tell you what, pre-orders, it is a weird one, and I think everyone's right because it is an opinion. But
Christian,
Christian,
Designs, how's it going?
You got it spot on. That it's like, if it's not for you, don't worry about it. If it's taking something away from you, then maybe be upset. But none of this does. It's just more stuff that you either want or you don't want. It's not a problem.
I think what's annoying is, what a lot of people I see commenting about it is we haven't got stuff that we pre-ordered last year. Stop releasing more and more pre-orders. Get the stuff you've already done.
But particularly if you've paid in full.
Yeah.
I mean, the only pre-order I didn't like was the Defenders of the Earth stuff. No, that wasn't even pre-order, sorry. Like, the pre-orders that I've paid for, I know I'm not, like, I've got the ones that I'm expecting, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then the one, like, I got the Stormtrooper, the neon, like, prototype one, like Boba Fett. That, I think, is January or February.
Yeah, I think it is early next year.
Yeah, and then I think I've done the Retro Mando set as well.
It's kind of Adam.
You open them, didn't you, Andy?
Oh yeah, and I'll open the next lot I get. The only thing I got 2 of the Boba Fett's thanks to Gary Penderhouse.
Yes,
legend.
Who, by the way, is hopefully going to be selling soon. He's at the same point as the rest of us, which is he needs to clear some space. So he's been with me and him have been chatting. Hopefully he's gonna get down to one of the the incoming toy fairs and do some selling. So Christian, you made a film.
Yeah. I made a film. I don't even know how long ago it was now. Maybe 5 or 6 years ago, maybe a little bit more. Basically, fresh out of uni, had a lot of friends who were sort of actors and cameramen and all sorts of film buffs, basically. And I figured there's never going to be a time like this that I'm going to have lots of people around me that all want experience doing things in order to get sort of stuff for their portfolios. So unique opportunity. I'm quite sort of passionate about my grandfather and what he went through during the Second World War. He was at Dunkirk. And I always, growing up, my dad would tell me the stories when I was much younger. My grandpa would say a few things, but not very much. And it was kind of written out already. So we sort of drafted up this script, my friend and I, and we went to town filming it. And really, really pleased with sort of how it came out. And we released it. You can watch it on Vimeo. It's called Invicta. So if you search for Invicta, World War II, Dunkirk, it'll come up eventually. But yeah, it's a full feature film, and it's basically about my grandfather's experience going from pretty much nothing going on to suddenly being sort of, if you will, hunted down to the beaches of Dunkirk, the way that the British forces were at that time. And what sort of happened along the way. And the majority of it is based on actual events. I actually went down to the Imperial War Museum, and I went through like loads of their files and the war diaries and his battalion's war diaries to sort of make sure that dates all lined up and what my grandfather had said to my father was realistic insofar as geographically, when he was telling a story about something happening, does that all line up? And it was pretty amazing. And we found photographs as well of him, pretty amazing stuff. I mean, the research behind it was almost as amazing as the making of the film.
I was going to say it must be quite fulfilling, just even for that side of it, to have immersed yourself in that. That's impressive. Yeah,
it was. Yeah, and sorry,
I was just a smart ass comment. Like, you would have got a hell of a shock when you're going through all the research if like nothing worked out, and you're like, "What the hell was Granddad talking about?" Like,
well, yeah, he wasn't in the army. But yeah, it was special. And a few years after finishing the film, I went out to France, and I actually went to a forest that he fought in, and there was, I mean, this is pretty sad to be talking about, to be honest with you, bringing the tone down, but there was a little graveyard, and there were some soldiers there that were in his regiment, and it was pretty special to sort of go from you know, traveling. I mean, I live up in Lincolnshire, traveling down to London, researching about this, finding out all these stories, then going to the place in France where it happened, and you know, seeing it all. It was quite a special experience. It's definitely something I'll carry with me forever.
I've been over and did the sort of 5 beaches historical the landings. I tell you what, it's heavy stuff, man. It's moving stuff, and
it really is. Yeah,
I feel like it should be absolutely compulsory as part of every generation's education to experience it. Maybe a little bit more than just oh, this happened. Oh, did it? Okay, moving on. Like it's heavy, and also on a slightly side note, and this is not being flippant. The Germans could put up a serious bit of concrete, and I mean like rapid. Some of the structures that are still there are. Sorry, this is about toys. Sorry,
yeah, sort of segueing off.
But on your
just
videos, you played a trailer for the film.
Yeah. I think it was the random toy shelf, because it up there in the random section, I've got a Messerschmitt that I painted up. So in the film, this sounds bad. It looks better than it sounds.
It does look good. It does look good.
I did sort of try and cut my hand out when I was running along, but yeah, I painted up an Airfix model and shot it, and I sort of combined that with some CGI as well, and it worked out quite well. But yeah, the only thing I was going to say before we move on to more positive things is I did actually meet the grandson of a German soldier that fought my grandfather in France, as in obviously that they were in he was in a detachment that was in the same battle area as my grandfather. I met him and we sat and had a cup of tea together, and he was wonderful, and it was so nice, and it was kind of humbling to think that, you know, only three generations apart, that's the relationship we have now. You know, it's pretty special.
And now people can't even stay at home when asked to. But there we go. That's a whole different conversation.
That's a different argument.
Yeah.
So,
toys.
Yeah, toys.
Well, I'll show something
how's it going?
Just to change, to bring the heat.
Bring the heat.
Bring it
back to a simmer. Yeah.
Yeah, bring it back to a simmer. Well, no, Retro Shed. I think it's Retro Shed 65. Apologies if I got the numbers wrong. But on Instagram, messaged me saying like, "Hey, I've got something that I think you might like for your Hawaiian cabinet. It may not fit in the Hawaiian cabinet, but I'm going to send it anyway." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Like, let's see what happens." And I got home tonight to this.
Oh my goodness!
Wow,
that is very Hawaiian.
It's amazing.
Amazing.
Claire got quite a fright. But there we go. So unfortunately, he's going to be too big for the cabinet, but eventually he can sit on top of the cabinet once I rearrange stuff. So
that's true. Yeah, you could just sit him on top of the Death Star, surely.
Although I'm trying to think, is his shirt the wrong way around? Maybe.
Yes. If the collar goes, if the collar goes all the way around the front, then yes.
Well, no, but like the collar's.
Oh no, it's not.
Collar, but then also at the back.
No, it's good. You're good. You're good as it is.
Am I good? I don't want him to look silly.
No, as long as he's got.
No, he won't look silly, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah, so we got that, and then that's it. Right there. I didn't really get any toys. But Dan, just so you know, I've got my sticker album by me at all times. I read it before I go to bed every night.
Did you ever complete that? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Did you actually complete it?
I completed it live on air, and no one cared.
Oh yeah, I forgot you did that. Yeah, well done. Yeah.
How many times?
I also have a new T-shirt done. So Dan's body, Lloyd. Oh man, I'm so bad with Instagram names. Lloyd Jaws.
Lloyd. I think it's Lloyd. Is it Lloyd Mills Draws? I don't know if it's Instagram. It's called Lloyd Mills, but yeah.
Yeah, I tagged him in the pictures anyway. But I got fed up waiting for an Instagram thing, so I paid another company very cheap. But it actually turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to be, considering it was cheap. It wasn't Vistaprint, and they happened in like 2 days, and I got it. So I got a new T-shirt of me as a little battle beast.
One wash. That's going to be in several pieces. I'm telling you.
Well, I'm not washing it, mate. I mean, come on.
I've
got you guys on the back.
And look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's cool.
Is it Christian? Is it? Yes.
God, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's fun. But no,
You
but
are.
hopefully, I'm so excited for this Sunday, Saturday. I keep saying Sunday. I hope I
not
do
Sunday,
not turn
it's
up on
Yeah,
Sunday.
please do not phone me Sunday morning at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
saying you're there.
I'm so excited for Saturday because I missed NEC. I've got a little bit of extra change, and I haven't really been buying anything. So I'm hoping to find some goodies at Sandown. I'm hoping.
You've only
Carded Star Wars.
yeah.
Possibly Star Wars. No.
We've got
Actually, if they've got
we've
Ewoks, maybe, depending on the prices. I would like to get. That was my original goal, was the carded Ewoks, just because I love the Ewoks. And then that escalated very quickly.
One of sorry, Dan.
Sorry, but I was going to say finish your conversation, but I do want to know how Aaron's Power Ranger sale went on Sunday.
Yes.
But yes, finish what you were about to say.
I was literally just going to. I've got 3 figures that I need to get to finish my 96, and one of them is an Ewok, and it's one of the last 17 Ewoks. And I'm telling you now, I'm never going to have it because I'm not prepared to pay the money that little bear costs.
They've gone so much. They're so expensive.
Don't they look?
So yeah,
Which one do you need?
I think it's Warwick.
Yeah. Okay. I know the one
not
you mean.
Pablo though.
Not Pablo Escobar.
Don't you guys think they look rubbish without their hoods as well? You know how like some people find them loose. Oh, I found this loose. I'm like, I wouldn't want it if it's just a bear without the hood. Wouldn't want it.
So dismissive. But like to someone that can't afford it, if they found it loose at a boot for that would be the goal. Like that would be like
throw it in the river. That'd be funnier if they were like, oh, it's not got his hood. Lob it, luz it, mate.
Absolutely.
Do you know why he's like this? Because he was at the other end of the table where me and you found the bad eggs and all those that gold. I
wasn't even after gold, mate. I was after I was after essentially wood, and I didn't get it. I didn't get me wooden boggling, did I?
Yeah. So he's still a bit sore, and you can tell it's coming through.
No, I'm all right. I was a bit upset that Andy, having decided to collect Bad Eggs Bunch, accidentally sold one of his Bad Eggs Bunches the other month.
Yeah, but this was the while ago. This was a while back.
All right.
And I've been sitting on telling you guys that because I felt really bad or embarrassed.
That's all right. Happens, mate.
I had a minifigure the whole time that was a Bad Eggs Bunch. I thought it was a dinosaur in my pocket. But it turns out it was a dinosaur from Bad Eggs Bunch, which is worth quite a bit of money. And I think I had it in a 50p pop.
Yeah.
So someone scurried off with the deal.
Yeah.
It's happened to the best of us.
Yeah. Aaron finally found some pieces that went missing at the last Sandown that someone had taken them and put them inside one of his rubbish tins.
What?
And he doesn't know this. So I got one of these like Death Trooper things from Star Wars when I was big. Like they were in Tesco.
Yeah, the guns went missing.
Yeah, the guns went missing. Fuming. Someone's nicked the guns. God, can't even do anything these days. And I found them buried in like one of those, the tubs I bring, the drawers.
Yeah.
Both guns were buried in like the one with all the Marvel figures in it.
Buried, mate. Not on top, like underneath everything. Like someone had been like, I'll stash them and come back and get them later.
I reckon that was someone we know playing a trick.
Probably. And if it was, absolute fair play to them.
No, don't we only know each other? It was if it wasn't either of us two and it wasn't Rye, I don't know who you'd be talking about.
Well,
I think you're overestimating how many friends we have.
But
okay, enemies then. Someone doesn't like Aaron. I was just like, right, I'm going to play with him.
At that point, you just steal them. Well, anyway, he found them, and it was good times.
And now I need to find where I've thrown the thing that's now missing the guns. But yes, the sale, the Power Ranger pop-up thing went very, very well. It was a good day, good hangs. So yeah, they showed the show, they showed the film, and then the Power Ranger Steve, he did like a talk after it, going through it all, like taking questions.
Did you do backflips?
Didn't do no backflips, no.
My money back.
I'm sorry, you're going to see a Power Ranger. I want to see him do some flips.
I want someone to get kicked through the wall. Otherwise, this wasn't worth my time.
And then sold a few bits, which was all good.
It was worth doing financially for you.
Yes,
good.
It was. It was very good. And everyone was happy. Everyone left happy. And I got to see a part of London that I probably will never ever go to again. So,
Not Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
dude.
think that's the second time I've ever been to Wimbledon.
What's wrong with it?
Horrible.
What?
Wimbledon.
Seriously. So Wimbledon from my mum and dad's place is what, 10 miles?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, maybe.
Took me an hour and 20 minutes to get there.
Good old London traffic.
Yeah. Wimbledon used to be alright, mate.
Christian's
Wimbledon
like,
was
I have
fine.
no idea.
Andy, Wimbledon was fine until they came over, infested the place. Now it's full of wombles.
We all know about
I don't know where you were going.
Yes, all good. All good. Evening, Alan.
I have many
How
of
you
people
doing?
like out in Wimbledon when I was like 18, 19.
You live in Sutton, mate. Anything's up from there, isn't it? Andy once went to Beirut. It was the best time of his life. Aren't the buildings fancy here? Yes, Andy. Much better than Sutton.
Wow. Wow.
Coming out of the favelas.
Yeah.
Right, fly through those comments. Now I'm over it now. I want to go. I'm done. I went to Beirut.
Seth's gone international. He's gone continental.
I've got to say, on a slight side note, Seth Rollins, the character, is absolutely outstanding right now in WWE. If you're watching Seth Rollins perform at the moment, it's a real treat.
Cool, excellent.
I have.
Jimmy Crane, have you seen the final trailer for Ghostbusters? No, I haven't, but I've seen the pictures.
I look forward to seeing it.
Is that the one where I've seen something that a terror dog appears in a supermarket, but I think it's like a quick advert. And it's
Chasing Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, in case you haven't seen it, I've seen the pictures, but watch the newest trailer. There's like a little teaser in it that's like,
I'm sorry, anything with Paul Rudd in it is probably going to be good.
right.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
But
I'm a fan.
they'll stink it up with kids.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with what Dan's saying, which is unusual when it comes to his issues with children in films.
Yeah.
Because I do like a lot of films that feature. That sounds weird.
Just
let's
remember,
take that back a little bit.
remember the moustache you're wearing before you continue down this line of.
I've seen the trailer. It looks good.
Yeah.
yes.
It will be fine. It will be a good film, I think, for sure. But I don't know why everything has to be stunk up with it's the kids and everything's from the 80s now. Anyway,
You're literally describing what you say about Toys R Us. You only like it because of kids. They're making it for the generation of kids. It's their
Every
time.
film nowadays just has the kids from Stranger Things in it.
do you believe that, Aaron?
Child actors in
That's right.
Do you believe that though? Do you really think that they're making Ghostbusters Afterlife for kids?
No,
I don't. I think they're making it for people our age.
they're making it for people our age who are so upset about the other one that was made.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
They are making it for both. The kids are in it. The original cast are for people like us who watched it at the beginning. Get us on board and get us to like it. It will mean that when the kids are watching it with all the new characters and everything in it, it will gel and it will become a better film because there's no.
It works so well for the new Star Wars films.
They alienate the older generation out of any of these old films. They were not bringing new people to watch it because they already alienated the older people and they won't.
I think it was a clever long game that they worked out from George Lucas with the Star Wars prequels, that you make something so bad that people will flock to see it when you redo it. So that they made Ghostbusters 2016 and everyone just went like, oh, my childhood, the legacy, why? And now they've made a new one and they're like, well, all right. It's got a bit of heritage to it and like something to do with Harold Ramey and it'll be okay.
Exactly. Get the older generation on board.
Yeah.
And it will make the film more of a success than you just completely forget about them and go, we're just going for a new audience.
If they have a CGI ghost version of Egon, I'm not on board with it.
I don't think
They won't do that. They won't do that.
Okay.
Because
I hope not.
I don't know, it's not like Star Wars where they actually own the rights to these people's faces and stuff.
Didn't his son direct it or write it?
Yeah, but they might not. I don't know, unless the family's given permission for it.
Dude, I don't think that's
The director's son was in the original as well, wasn't he?
He was
He's the kid that says, "My dad says you guys are full of shit."
Yeah.
That's the director's son.
I want Rick Moranis in it. Is Rick Moranis in it?
He cropped up in a Ryan Reynolds advert,
Yes,
advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might turn up in it. He may not be in the trailer, but he might be in the film as like a.
It'd be amazing if he was.
It would be amazing.
I wonder if Sigourney Weaver's going to turn up in it as well.
Maybe.
But,
Rick Moranis is an absolute certainly from my era. He is an absolute legend because he was just in he was just in everything for a little bit of time, and then obviously his wife I believe passed away, and he just dropped out of acting. But
and that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting as well. Look, Jim McCrane's put the fact that there's a bug-eyed ghost from the Kenner toy line in is amazing. Yeah, like if they put ghosts and stuff in from the toy lines,
I'd love to see the fullback. You know, the American football player.
I was thinking, imagine the toilet.
The toilet.
If they do that, they'll absolutely kill it, and everyone will love it, and it wouldn't matter if it's not a good film because everyone will just love it anyway.
That would be a pretty clever ploy. Like
that would be a strong nostalgia dollar. That would be for sure.
Well, it's like the in one of the trailers you see the chair coming out the side, and one of them's on the gun. And I have heard someone say that they think that that's a reference to the Kenner vehicle, obviously with the chair on the top. With
the nonsensical chair, which always put me off that particular because it's like that's a really cool vehicle. Here's a chair with like guns on the top. Take that off, throw that away.
Yeah,
keep the older generation happy, and it will make the film a success for the next generation.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I've got it there, but I keep the chair inside the car.
Smart,
because it does look better without it.
Realistic. It's got to be realistic.
If they have an Ecto helicopter, I'm throwing my popcorn out. I'm going mad. I'm concerting down the cinema.
Just walks out. It's done. It's over. It's the best film. It's the best film I've ever seen. How did it end? I walked out. I blacked out. I was so good. I couldn't. My eyes.
Right, guys, we'll call it a night here.
Apparently Sigourney is in it. Just saying, there's a good few comments saying that he's in it.
Oh yeah,
Ollie and Jimmy have clarified that Sigourney's in it, so that's cool. That's cool. Although Bill Murray was in the 2016 one, so let's not get too excited.
Oh, I didn't actually realise that she was confirmed. So that's cool. And Venkman is married in it. Ooh.
And Ollie just brought up a very good point.
There you go.
Imagine if they bring in.
I reckon the Fearsome Flush is in it. They reissued the toy recently alongside. Imagine. You're all going to love it. It'll be the best film ever.
We are just assuming that the Kenner toy line isn't just a massive cash grab and they're just going to reissue everything.
The only thing we have done is mentioned all this. It's not going to be in the film, and we're all going to hate it because what we've mentioned is going to be in it, and we're just going to be like, no.
Was it a good film? Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, the plot was good. Acting was good. Casting was good. Cinematography was great, but it didn't have that toilet in it. So I can't hand on heart say it was a good film.
It's a 2-star film. It's a 2-star.
It did have my idea in it, so I don't like it.
Yeah,
it's not where I would have gone with the film.
It's not exactly how I wanted it to be. Therefore, it's not a good film. Let's talk about Star Wars, right? Should we call it?
We'll call it quits, guys. Come down to Sandown Toy Fair on Saturday. Come see us. Come buy some toys with us. Come just chat with us. It'll be cool. I'm looking forward to it. And guys, thank you, Christian, as well.
Thank you, Christian. I was going to say
thanks for having me on. No, thanks for having me on, guys. Love it. And keep doing what you're doing. We all appreciate it. I know it's a lot of effort every week, but we do appreciate it.
See, Aaron, as a man that wouldn't mute me.
But you mute yourself.
And Goonie. No, I'm joking.
Do you think I like having to do this to you, Dan? Do you think I enjoy it? I do for your protection, man.
How gaslighty. I love it.
Guys, thank you very much. Have a safe weekend. Happy toy hunting, and hopefully see you soon.
See you on Saturday.
Peace. Oh, I really hope this ends.